Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to Cloud Test Lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Element. If you are referring to number of jar files that are available within a directory, let us say our Spring jar files. When you want to work on Spring, you need to have all these jar files in your lib path, web content, webinf, lib folder. So there are plenty of jar files available. You can go and add as a single path element, then go for either directory set or file set. So here inside the directory set, you have the option of including all the jar files. You can just specify **. If you don't want some of the jar files, make use of exclude and specify which you want to exclude during your class path. Directory set or file set both refers to the same. So currently I have a build.xml file which I have created for home servlets project. The project was sent by Soumya, and once you have written any kind of XML file, you can just right click on new, other, XML, take one XML file and specify the name as build.xml file. I'm taking this as a new file.xml because I have already build.xml. Currently you can see that for build.xml there is an ant symbol available, but new file.xml there is no ant symbol. So once you have written, specify the root element as project and project. Once after that, here you can see that there is an ant window available. If it was not available, go to window, show view, and take the ant window. Here you can add, you can see that add build files. So now you can see that this was also taken as a ant file. Normally when you have written that as build.xml, it will automatically change the color. If you see here, you can see that this was in blue color. So once you have set properly, you will get all the elements by using control space. You can easily get them by using control space, or else let me shift the code to that place and I'll write this one. Give me a second, please. So our root element is project, and for project you need to provide some name. So provide the name as servlet application, and after that your default. So currently I haven't written any targets. So let us create one target first. So our target is, the first one is clean target, which will clean all the required class files, or which will delete all the class files that are already created. So you need to have some property name value pairs which might be required for us, because when I want to delete here, let us say you want to delete. So which one? Sorry, what kind of stuff that you want to delete? I want to delete the files that are available. Go to the project. So normally our class files will be available under web content, web.inf, classes folder. So I'm supposed to delete the class files that are available in web content, web.inf, classes folder. And I don't want to write as a static context path. I just want to use a relative path from my project. So for that one, specify, see normally ANT will take from the current path. So currently the build.xml was available within my home servlet project. So this is the current path, and if you want to change, you can use an attribute called base directory. So currently I don't want to change, that is dot. Dot means current location. And once after that, I want to set the property web content web.inf. I want to delete web content web.inf classes folder. So currently set the property name value page. So the web content directory, the value is web content itself. And once after that, I want to refer the classes directory. So I'm naming that as classes.dir. I'll change this one also, web content.dir. This is the normal convention that each and every project will follow, classes.dir or web content.dir. And the value, once you have declared any property, and if you are going to write one more, see normally classes.directory you will write as web content slash web.inf slash classes. This is how you are going to write. But once you have written some path, currently the web content.directory path property you have already taken. You can write in this way, there won't be any issue. But once you got a single property or any kind of property, when you are writing some additional paths, just make use of the existing property instead of writing the static content. That will be based on expression language syntax. The name can be referred by using dollar, open brace and closed brace, and you need to specify the name of the property. That means the value web content will be replaced by using this symbol, and web.inf classes will be your classes location. During your delete directory, you want to delete all the files that are available within your classes.directory. So that means you need to use dollar symbol. Here you can see that Eclipse is providing an option to select classes.directory. So you are asking to delete the classes.directory now. Now your target has completed. Once the target has completed, you need to create the next target, initialization. Normally, you will place all your jar files or war files in a folder called build folder. So that means you are supposed to create a folder called build folder that will be based on your initialization. See, this is just like a standard that will be followed for all the projects. Why we need to create the build folder? That will be same across all the projects. So your initialization, create a directory called, again, when you are referring a static property, static folder, you are not supposed to write at your task level. You need to have a separate property for that. So make directory $build.directory. So now create the build.directory, and in the same way, previously you have deleted classes folder. You are supposed to create the classes folder as well. Create classes folder. So the second step also completed. You are able to create the, you are able to clean the old files, and you are able to initialize those two those two folders as well. The next one is your compilation. You are supposed to compile all the files that are available within your source directory. Once you have compiled all the files, you are supposed to place all the files within web content web.inf classes folder. That is how normally Eclipse will do. So target name, compile. So what is the option for compilation? Java C. Java C is the one which is used for compiling the files. It consists of two attributes, source directory and destination directory. The source directory is where, from which location Java C was supposed to get the Java files and compile all the Java files. Again, create one more property. So currently my files are available under source directory. And the destination directory is classes.directory. But for Java C, we need to provide the class path, or else Java C won't compile the files properly. So create one more target. Create our path element where we can set our class path. If you want to include the library files, go for directory set. Let us say our library folder also will create a property. Property name equal to lib.directory and value equal to $webcontent web.inf/lib folder. So inside our lib, it will consist of all the required jar files. You can just specify directory set directory equal to your lib.directory. Once after that, include. So here you can see that include ID equal to $/*, which means that if at all, if it consists of nested folders go to our web content, web-inf lib. See, currently we don't have any lib files. Let us say we have jar files available and we have some folders, and inside the folders also we have the jar files. When you say only star, it will only include the jar files that are available inside your lib.directory, which is your lib folder. It won't include the nested folders jar files. To include the nested ports jar files, you need to follow this syntax, which will include all the nested jar files as well. See, just like our package structure, when you import com.test, it will only get all the files that are available under com.test. It won't provide you com.test.junit class files. In the same way, you are supposed to follow that. The next property we can use is file set. File set, which is used to load individual jar files. I'm sorry, not the file set, path element. Path element. See, currently to execute home servlet project, I need the servlet jar file to be available. So the servlet jar file was available in my Eclipse location. So I'm going to include that particular file in our class path. So that means I need to specify the location or the directory location and then include the jar file. Currently, this is the name of the jar file and the location is this one. As of now, I'm not including any static directories and I don't have any kind of third-party library files as well. Just like how we are using the JSP comments, here in ANT file also you can use the comments as open brace, not symbol, double hyphens. So this is the class path. While compiling, you can set the class path. Verify, Jitin, please. Class path, reference ID. Here you can see that I just want to refer to the existing element. So currently I have already created. So make use of this and refer the class path during the Javac compilation. So that means during the Javac execution, it will refer to the class path element and it will take the class path, whatever that you have specified, and it will use all those jar files during Javac compilation. Once after that, you are informing to place all the jar files, all the class files in classes.directory location. The next thing, write one more target, var file. Once you have generated the Java files, the .class files, the next thing is you need to create the var file. To create the var file, you need to use the task var file. Var task is used to generate the var file, and destination file is nothing but the name of the var file. Currently, I want to create the var file under build directory. So take the build directory and name of the war file is home servlet project dot war file. For war file, you need to specify one more stuff, which is your web XML. War, it will be based on your web.xml only. See, once you have deployed your war file, your application server or your web server will read the web.xml file. So the location of web.xml is mandatory for your war task. So your war file will be, your web.xml will be available under web content webinf / web.xml file. This is where your web.xml will be available. Once after that, to create the war file, you need to specify all the stuff like what kind of a content that you want to include. Normally, our war file will consist of all the JSP pages, and it also consists of meta-inf folder, and it consists of webinf folder, and inside your webinf, it consists of classes, and if required, it consists of the lib folder. You need to mention each and everything within your war condition, within your war task, so that it will create the war file with all the required files. For war, you need all the stuff. So here you can see that I have included the files. The files are available. Currently, these are the JSP files that are available inside my web content directory. So you can see that file set directory I have mentioned, and I have included all the JSP files by using star.jsp. And in the same way, I need to include all the class files that are available inside web content webinf location. So to include the nested packages, I need to use double star slash star, which means go and include all the nested packages. And finally, if you have any libraries, mention that particular case as well. Lib, directory location, and finally include what kind of a jar file that you want to specify. See, just like how you have done for the normal path element, you are supposed to do all the files include. If you have .css file, you are supposed to specify at this level. Write one more and specify include .css as well. Finally, once after completion of war file, you are going to specify. Anyway, I'm not going to execute this particular build file. I'll copy the code from the existing one only. Once after creating the war file, so now you have completed all the tasks. Clean completed, init completed, compile completed, and war also completed. Now, to execute your ANT file, you need to specify the default project, default target which you want to execute. If you specify the clean, then it will execute only clean project. But our intention is to execute all the modules, but I want to execute clean first, init next, compile, and war. This will be specified by using another attribute, which is depends attribute. The depends attribute, it will specify what are all the required dependents to execute this particular target. Currently, to execute initialization, I need to execute clean fast, and in the same way, to execute compile, I need to execute initialization first, and to execute var, I need to execute compile first. So that means the default will be var target. Reason for that is when you start var for the first time, it will verify whether the compile has executed or not. Currently not, so then go and execute compile. Compile also verifies there is a dependency and it will go and execute initialization. Initialization has also one dependency which is clean module, and this will also go and execute clean, and clean doesn't have any required dependence, and it will start from this level, and once after this it will switch to one by one. This is just like your constructor calling hierarchy. So once after writing the ANT file, run as ANT build. If you run directly the ANT build, it will be going to execute. Click on the third option, which will provide you the options how to launch your ANT. So here at the argument level, just specify that as -verbose, the first option, main method. Specify that as -verbose so that you can see how it is executing and what kind of a task it is executing, and it will provide you some kind of information as well. Once you have added the ANT file to your ANT window, expand here, you can see that all the tasks that are available. Currently ours is servlet application. You can see that all the tasks clean, compile, init, jar, run, and var. And you can see that var is the default one. The reason for that is you have mentioned at the top level. Run as and build. You can see that at the end, build successful. So here it has started with braces. It has mentioned what kind of a task it is executing. Here you can see that clean is the target, and the individual task here delete. It is deleting all your class file, sorry, all your files that are available under classes folder. Once after that, your initialization target started, which is creating web content webinf classes folder. Finally, your compile target, which is checking whether the file got compiled or not. And finally, it is using the class path reference and it is compiling the Java files. Here you can see that this is the class path. And once after that, your var file. For var file, I'm creating the build directory, and this is the var file name, h2k project.var. And once after that, you can see that it is adding meta-nf, web-inf, web.xml, and after that it is adding all the JSP files. Finally, it is adding all your .class files, and once after that, your build has successful. If there are some issues, the build will be going to fail, and it will tell you the reason for failure, and you are supposed to fix that one. Let us say here, if you are not referring the class path, let us execute one more time. Here you can see that the compile failed. See the compile error output for details. At the top level itself, you can see that the Java C has some issues. Package javax.servlet doesn't exist. If you didn't include the class path properly or the jar files properly for the compilation, this will throw some errors like this. Once an error has arisen at any particular task or target, it won't. You can see that once the Java-C has failed, it won't execute the remaining targets. It will fail at that level and it will mark the build has failed. Now you can see that within my build folder, h2k project.war file was available. If I take this war file and deploy onto the server and restart the server, it should work properly because our h2k project war file will consist of all the JSP files, web.inf folder with all the required class, with all the required class files, and it consists of the meta.inf structure as well. Once you have deployed, it will contain some context root. Take the context root and execute the JSP page. Just like how you have done for war file, you can create one more target for jar file as well. So jar file, it requires what is the destination file, just like how your war file required. It doesn't require any web.xml because it is just like a standard application class file. It requires only one element, which is base directory. Base directory nothing but from which class files it was supposed to generate the jar file. If you want to create a manifest file, that also you can write by specifying this property. And here you can see that I have one more ANT property, which is run. The run property, you can see that I'm able to write a Java command and I'm executing a simple class file. This is my main class. If you go to our main class, see, this is a main class public static void main with a simple statement running main class. So now let us change the default to run instead of var. Now you can see that once it has created the jar file, see, the jar file got created. Once the jar file got created, I'm calling the Java. Here you can see that the Java task. The Java task, it is accepting a jar file as a parameter, which is just like it will use the jar file as a class path element, and it will call the main method, main class, because I already mentioned that in manifest file com.project.jdbc.main class. Here you can see that it has executed. Once after executing, it has printed the output as well. The main class has printed the statement as running main class for ANT test. In the same way, you guys are supposed to try for EAR task as well. Echo will print the message onto the console.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.